Did you know that eating just a few undercooked beans can send an adult to the emergency room within hours, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC? A small serving of undercooked red kidney beans can contain up to 70,000 units of the natural toxin phytohemagglutinin. This far exceeds the safe limit for the human body, especially for people over 60. And it is not just this type of bean. Several others, even those commonly found in healthy meals, can quietly trigger inflammation, digestive problems, blood sugar spikes, and weakened immunity if not properly selected and prepared. What is concerning is that many older adults still believe they are eating healthy, when in fact, they may be unknowingly consuming foods that speed up aging. This article will help you clearly identify which beans to avoid and which ones to eat regularly for a longer and healthier life after 60. If you are living in the United States or are over 60, please leave a comment to let us know you are watching, because this content is made especially for you. After the age of 60, our bodies no longer function the way they used to. Digestion slows down. The lining of the intestines becomes thinner and more sensitive. The immune system weakens, and the absorption of nutrients is less efficient than in younger years. This means that many foods that once seemed healthy can now become a burden on the digestive system, especially legumes. Beans are a rich source of fiber, plant-based protein, and essential nutrients. However, if the wrong type of bean is chosen, or if it is not cooked properly, older adults may experience a series of negative reactions such as bloating, indigestion, increased inflammation, blood sugar imbalance, or even mild long-term toxicity without realizing it. A report from the Friedman School of Nutrition at Tufts University pointed out that some beans contain enzyme inhibitors, mineral absorption blockers, or even lectins. These are proteins that can damage the intestinal wall if not processed correctly. In older adults, where the gut barrier has weakened over time, these compounds can lead to chronic inflammation, leaky gut syndrome, reduced absorption of calcium and zinc, and a higher risk of osteoporosis, persistent fatigue, and a weakened immune system. Many people after 60 have tried to reduce their meat intake and increase beans to boost plant-based protein. Unfortunately, without proper knowledge, they may be replacing one poor habit with an even worse option. That is why it is so important to understand which types of beans are suitable for your changing body and which ones you should say goodbye to. Now, let us move on to the most important part. Here are 5 types of beans that may seem healthy, but are quietly harming your health after the age of 60. 1. Red kidney beans. Many older adults choose red kidney beans because they believe these beans are rich in iron, fiber, and help stabilize cholesterol levels. But what most people do not know is that raw or undercooked red kidney beans can contain extremely high levels of lectins, a plant protein that can be toxic. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, eating just 4 to 5 undercooked red kidney beans can cause severe nausea, diarrhea, stomach pain, and dehydration within a few hours. For seniors, these symptoms can lead to electrolyte imbalance, low blood pressure, and emergency hospitalization. Even more concerning, many slow cooker recipes do not reach the temperature needed to destroy lectins. Lectins are only fully eliminated when beans are boiled for at least 10 minutes at 100 degrees Celsius. Without this step, the toxins remain intact and can damage the intestinal lining, which has already become thinner and more fragile with age. In addition, long-term exposure to low doses of lectins may contribute to chronic inflammation, increased intestinal permeability, and immune system dysfunction. With all these risks, Red kidney beans should only be used if they are thoroughly and properly cooked, or if you use canned beans from a trusted brand. But even when prepared correctly, they should not be eaten too often. If you are over 60 and using dried kidney beans to make soup, porridge, or salad without being sure of the cooking method, it may be time to choose a safer option for your gradually weakening digestive system. 2. Industrial soybeans. Soybeans have long been considered heart-friendly and supportive of hormonal balance, especially in vegetarian or low-cholesterol diets. However, not all soybeans are the same. Industrial soy products such as soy protein powder, protein bars, packaged plant-based meats, or processed soy milk often contain high levels of isoflavones and anti-nutrients. Isoflavones are phytoestrogens, which are plant compounds that can mimic estrogen activity in the body and may disrupt hormonal balance when consumed in large amounts. For people over 60, especially those with thyroid issues or taking hormone medications, consuming too much processed soy can lead to fatigue, weight gain, dry skin, brain fog, and even memory problems. According to a study published in the journal Environmental Health Perspectives, taking high doses of soy isoflavones for just a few weeks can affect thyroid hormone levels, including TSH, but that is not all. Industrial soy also contains trypsin inhibitors, which block the enzyme needed to digest protein, and phytic acid, which interferes with the absorption of zinc, magnesium, and calcium. These are minerals that are especially vital for older adults to maintain strong bones, a healthy immune system, and stable nervous function. Natural forms of soy, such as boiled edamame, traditional tofu, miso, or fermented tempeh, can still be used in moderation. But if you are getting your soy from instant meals, imitation meats, or replacement milks every day, you may be silently adding stress to your body without realizing it. 3. Fava beans. Fava beans, also known as broad beans, are often seen as a specialty food, commonly used in stews or Mediterranean-style salads. However, for a portion of older adults, this type of bean can lead to serious, even life-threatening consequences. The cause lies in a genetic condition called G6PD deficiency, glucose 6-phosphate dehydrogenase deficiency. When a person with G6PD deficiency eats fava beans, the oxidizing compounds in the beans can trigger acute hemolysis, also known as favism. This causes red blood cells to break down rapidly, leading to anemia, jaundice, dark urine, severe fatigue, and in many cases, acute kidney failure. The problem is that many people do not know they have G6PD deficiency until they experience their first reaction. According to a hospital-based study, the rate of hospitalization due to favism in older adults is 3 times higher than in younger individuals. For seniors who already have underlying heart, kidney, or chronic anemia conditions, the body may have great difficulty recovering from such a blood cell breakdown. Therefore, unless you have been tested and confirmed not to have G6PD deficiency, it is best to completely avoid fava beans in your diet. Meanwhile, there are many other types of beans that offer health benefits without carrying this genetic risk. Being cautious is never a waste, especially when it comes to foods that may appear harmless. 4. Lima beans. Lima beans are pale in color with a soft, buttery texture. They are often used in stews or mashed into creamy dishes on the surface. This bean seems friendly for older adults because it is easy to chew and digest, but behind that softness lies a hidden risk from cyanogenic glycosides. These are compounds that can convert into cyanide once inside the body. In the United States, commercial varieties of lima beans usually contain cyanide levels below safety standards. However, if the beans are purchased from unclear sources or imported without proper control, the risk still exists, especially when lima beans are not cooked long enough or are cooked in pressure cookers that do not allow proper ventilation. Cyanide gas cannot escape and may remain in the food. For older adults with declining liver, kidney, or heart function, even a small amount of cyanide can cause nausea, dizziness, headache, shortness of breath, confusion, and fatigue. In severe cases, it may lead to coma or death. The Food and Drug Administration, FDA, recommends that lima beans should be boiled for at least 10 to 15 minutes with the lid open to allow the toxin to fully evaporate. But very few people know this, and even fewer follow it correctly. Therefore, if you are not sure about the source and cooking method of your lima beans, it is best to remove them from your daily meals and choose a safer, easier to prepare bean that is better suited for older adults. 5. Canned baked beans. One of the most widely consumed types of beans in the United States is canned baked beans, with their sweet flavor, soft texture, and convenience. They are especially popular among older adults who have difficulty chewing, have lost their appetite, or need a quick meal. However, baked beans are also among the highest in sugar, salt, and additives within the canned food category. A single serving can contains more than 20 grams of sugar and nearly 1,000 milligrams of sodium. That is almost half the recommended sodium limit for people over 60. This can lead to high blood pressure, water retention, and affect blood sugar levels, contributing to insulin resistance and chronic inflammation, according to a study published in the Journal of Gerontology Medical Sciences. Older adults who consume more processed foods, including canned beans, have a 25% higher risk of early memory decline compared to those who cook meals at home. It does not stop there. The tin can packaging for baked beans is often lined with BPA plastic, which disrupts hormones and negatively affects the good bacteria in the gut. A healthy gut is the foundation of immunity, mood, and memory after the age of 60. Because of all this, while baked beans may taste good and offer convenience, they are actually a sweet health trap filled with hidden risks. If you are eating baked beans every week, it may be time to rethink that habit and replace them with beans that offer real long-term benefits. As you have just seen, not all beans are good for senior health. Some can unknowingly become silent troublemakers if used incorrectly. But do not worry. The good news is that there are still many types of beans which, when chosen wisely, are not only safe but may also help you live longer, stabilize blood sugar, improve memory, and protect your heart every day. Now, let us explore 5 senior-friendly beans that you should start adding to your weekly meals beginning today. 1. Black beans. When it comes to beans that are beneficial for older adults, black beans are one of the top choices thanks to their ability to stabilize blood sugar and support digestion. Black beans contain a special type of starch called resistant starch. This starch is not digested in the small intestine, but travels to the colon, where it feeds beneficial gut bacteria, helping to reduce inflammation and boost immunity. According to a study in the Journal of Nutrition, people who ate black beans with rice had post-meal blood sugar levels that were 33% lower than those who did not. For seniors who are prone to blood sugar spikes after meals, this is extremely important. Black beans are also rich in magnesium, potassium, and anthocyanins. These antioxidants, found in dark-colored fruits like blueberries, help reduce free radicals, lower blood pressure, and protect blood vessels. When cooking, it is best to soak black beans overnight and simmer them gently with bay leaves, ginger, or dill to make them easier to digest and less likely to cause bloating. Pairing black beans with quinoa, leafy greens, and olive oil creates a meal that is both easy on the stomach and excellent for heart and blood sugar support for those over 60. 2. Lentils. Lentils are one of the most nutrient-dense and easy-to-digest foods for older adults, especially when it comes to brain health and memory. Unlike larger beans that require soaking and long cooking times, lentils do not need to be soaked in advance. They take only about 20 to 25 minutes to cook and rarely cause bloating. Making digestion easier for seniors after meals. According to research from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, older adults who ate lentils at least 3 times a week had homocysteine levels that were 30% lower. Homocysteine is a compound linked to memory decline and Alzheimer's disease. Lentils are also rich in folate and B vitamins, which help produce neurotransmitters and support mental clarity. In addition, polyphenols found in lentils have been shown to activate sirtuin genes. These genes play a role in repairing cell damage, reducing inflammation, and slowing aging. When cooking lentils, try adding turmeric and black pepper to boost anti-inflammatory effects. You can enjoy them in soups, mixed in salads, or stewed with vegetables for a light meal that nourishes the brain day by day. 3. Chickpeas. Chickpeas, also known as garbanzo beans, are a versatile legume that supports both heart health and hormonal balance in older adults. With their soluble fiber, plant sterols, and slow-digesting carbohydrates, chickpeas help lower bad cholesterol, LDL, support stable blood pressure, and reduce blood sugar fluctuations. In a clinical trial published in the British Journal of Nutrition, people who ate 1 cup of chickpeas daily for 12 weeks saw an average 15.8% reduction in LDL compared to those who consumed wheat-based starches. Chickpeas also contain a moderate amount of natural phytoestrogens, which may help balance hormones for postmenopausal women and ease mild prostate inflammation in men. Equally important is their zinc content, a mineral that boosts immunity and speeds up wound healing, which is crucial for older adults. If using dried chickpeas, soak them overnight and cook with garlic or lemon to enhance mineral absorption. If using canned chickpeas, rinse them well before eating to reduce sodium content. Chickpeas can be blended into hummus, added to salads, or cooked with vegetables for a delicious and nourishing meal. 4. White beans. White beans such as navy or cannellini are the silent superstars for protecting bones and supporting circulation in older adults. After age 60, the body's ability to absorb calcium drops significantly, while the risk of osteoporosis and high blood pressure increases quickly. Fortunately, white beans provide a large amount of plant-based calcium that is easy to absorb. They also contain magnesium and potassium, which help improve bone density and naturally relax blood vessels. According to a meta-analysis published in Hypertension Research, increasing the intake of magnesium and potassium-rich beans like white beans helped reduce systolic blood pressure by 12% in older adults. In addition, magnesium helps activate vitamin D and directs calcium to the right place in the bones, instead of allowing it to build up in blood vessels. When cooking, it is best to soak dried white beans overnight to reduce phytic acid, then simmer them with onion and rosemary to enhance flavor and support digestion. White beans can be used in soups, mashed and served with steamed vegetables, or mixed with brown rice for those who want to maintain strong bones and flexible blood vessels. White beans are a must-have. 5. Adzuki beans. Adzuki beans. The small red beans popular in Japan are the hidden gems of the bean world and are considered the top choice for anti-aging and longevity. In traditional medicine, adzuki beans are used to cool the liver, strengthen the kidneys, and gently support detoxification. In modern science, adzuki is highly valued for its rich polyphenols, soluble fiber, and a small amount of the mineral molybdenum, which supports liver detoxification. A study in the journal Nutrition and Metabolism showed that older adults who ate adzuki beans daily for 8 weeks experienced a 22% reduction in CRP, a marker of systemic inflammation. Additionally, a study from Japan published in Aging Cell found that adzuki beans increase the expression of the FOXO3 gene, which is linked to longevity and cellular resilience. The great thing about adzuki beans is that they are easy to cook, require no soaking, have a short cooking time, are easy to digest, and suit the taste of older adults. You can cook them with a bit of kombu seaweed for added minerals. Serve them with rice, add them to soups, or make a light, nourishing sweet dish. If you had to choose just one bean for longevity, adzuki would be the top candidate. It is hard to believe that a common type of bean in our daily meals could be the reason behind fatigue, bloating, or even an increased risk of high blood pressure and memory decline in older adults. But that is exactly what may be happening silently if we do not understand how each type of bean affects the body after age 60. As the digestive system weakens and nutrient absorption declines, eating is no longer just about anything goes. It must be selective, thoughtful, and suitable for the body's changing needs. Fortunately, not all beans are harmful. In fact, some beans, when used correctly, become golden foods that help balance blood sugar, reduce inflammation, boost memory, and support a longer life. The key is knowledge. Simply swapping out one familiar item in your weekly menu for a more suitable type of bean can help you sleep more soundly, feel lighter in your stomach, and enjoy greater mental clarity each day. These small changes, when practiced regularly, form the foundation for a healthier and more active older life. If you found today's content helpful, please share it with your loved ones and friends, especially those who are entering their 60s and beyond. Do not forget to follow for more useful videos about nutrition, gentle movement, herbal remedies, and wellness tips for seniors. Which type of bean are you using each week? Is there one you are still unsure whether to keep or avoid? Leave a comment so we can exchange ideas and share healthy living experiences in a natural, enjoyable, and inspiring way. Thank you for staying with us until the very end. May you always find peace in every meal and every heartbeat of daily life.